Because
They
of the
supposed to
military.
be fast, not you. You dropped it.
Yeah, right. Oh! Thank you.
So I kind of have, before the military, I had an alternative background. And so I had an alternative background. I would just learn how to maneuver, and how to move, and how to make some money. Hustle. Yeah, hustle. They call it hustle. And so, yeah, that's kind of yeah, that was the start of it. However, yeah, when I got out of the military, and even while I was in the military, I started to make traveling a priority. So much so that I think for my Egypt trip that I'm talking about, I think I sold like all of my Jordans to go on a trip.
So there's different avenues that you can use to fund your travels, but the main one is hustling and alternative backgrounds. Alternative backgrounds is gonna be your best bet, okay?
And I was also going to say really quickly, I forgot the main one. My company is a travel company, so I get a chance to travel with my clients while we're out and about.
Okay. You got a question? Yes. What does solo travel or travel, doesn't matter, mean to you, and why is it important for your personal education?
Solo travel means to me is like, having a plan, having a schedule, or maybe not, knowing you gotta go somewhere. Or you have to venture out and do things on your own. That's a personal journey that we all can learn a lot from, especially going somewhere where you don't know anybody and you don't know anything about nothing. So it helps you grow in such a crazy way. It's a school of life. And I think travel is a classroom.
You will definitely take on a lot of hustles. You'll find out that you are a hustler, which I think is amazing, and your ability to create opportunities out of whatever you can, whatever your skill set is, which I think is so amazing for the travelers that are building businesses abroad. They really love something. Like, I have a friend that owns like a yacht company in Mexico, and he got his startup because people just wanted to be yachting in Mexico. And he knew local people that could drive boats. And so they worked together, they partnered. So they pour into community like that, and then also the community lets them know, hey, I have a cousin that can do this. So now you're also a part of the ecosystem as well.
I have a remote job, so that has allowed me to track. So people always be like, do you have a job? I'm like, yes, I have a job. So that's one of the ways is being able to work while I'm traveling. But the other ways that I've done it is being a content creator. So I got, talk about plane trips, free trip to Senegal, all paid expenses, and it was a cruise in Senegal. So that was super dope. What was you doing? We'll talk later. Okay. I've also volunteered abroad. I've been in Spain to teach English. I also did the Caribbean island, St. John. That was rebuilding homes. So it depends on how you want to rough it, I would say. Spain, we were in a hotel, and I don't even drink, but wine with every meal, food more than you can think of. But then in the Caribbean, we were on a resort, but it was impacted by the hurricane, so it was no longer resorts. And we were literally on slabs with the blow-up beds, right? But the scenery was amazing, and the people that I met was amazing. So volunteering and then getting the content stuff, Virgin Voyages, free cruises. So there are people that I've been able to partner with to actually get free trips. And if they're not funded by somebody else, then I am funding them myself.
Okay.
Yeah, it changed my life. Travel changed my life at a very young age. I didn't ask for it, but it came to me, and I'm glad. And I thank my mother for that. She really made that decision, told me I had to choose between I guess it was my decision. Choose between going to Guatemala or going to boot camp. So I chose Guatemala. So yeah. And besides that now, I grew up and I worked a finance job for almost a decade, and I said that wasn't for me. I quit that. I started doing my own thing. I got into modeling. I got into running.
It was, you start to prioritize different things when you grow, when you learn, you got to see what's important. And then after that, I think, where did I go? I know I went 1 year without buying any clothes or any shoes at all. And I think I went 6 months without going out to eat. And I consolidated all my funds and I put it towards this and I put it towards that. And I said, this is what I'm gonna do with it. And so it teaches you to just look ahead and think ahead and, really prioritize what you care about most. Yeah.
In addition to that, for me, I like working independently so that I can come to places like this, but that's a lot of hard work because you have to talk to a lot of people and hope opportunities come, and then most of the time, find those skills that you can do anywhere in the world, like bartending, being a waitress. You can make a lot of money, and I know a lot of people that are travelers at their heart. They'll put their head down, go take a job, know their goals, get out, and move on to the next city. So that's one way to fund it, and yeah, don't be ashamed to do what you have to do. When you hear that calling, with reason.
I got sent to live in Guatemala at age 16 and a half. So at a very young age, I was already experiencing the world and what there is out there besides this bubble. And I think that experience really changed my life and kind of put me on an upward trend of wanting to explore more, wanting to see more, and realize that we are living in a bubble and you just kind of stick to the same people, stick to the same routine, stick to the same, liquor store, and all that. It really is what it is. I was 15 years old, I was drinking 40s, so yeah, I was that kid.
I want to start getting back more into traveling, but I always took it for granted growing up. Like, well, I got 7 younger brothers. But now I appreciate your insights on the aspect of travel, even as a solo traveler, because it gave me some inspiration to go travel myself. So thank you.
Yeah.
What country is known for producing the most coffee?
Colombia.
No.
Ethiopia.
No.
Kenya.
No.
United States.
I'll give it a hint.
Morocco.
No. It is in South America.
Is it?
It is.
Brazil.
Yes.